Question 7 is to do with a Venn diagram. Two pieces of information you really need to know is what these two symbols mean. This means the intersection, this means the union. Now what the intersection is something or some numbers or some letters that are in both sets of information. The union means sets of letters or numbers that are in both sets, but you must only include the overlaps once. So if you look at here, A intersection B, we're looking for everything that is in both A and B. So we're talking about here Prague and Paris. So P is in both, and what I do, I go through the letters of one of them. So look at R. R is both in Prague and both in Paris. A is both in Prague and both in Paris. G is in Prague but not Paris, so leave that. U, same thing, and E, same thing. So I'm left with P, R and A. Now with B and C, remember we're talking about these two now, so we're talking Prague and Budapest. What we need to be really clear with here is you've got can only include the overlapping letters once. If you include them more than once, which would be very easy to do, you just write the words Prague and Paris out. So go through the letters of one. So P appears in both. What might be a good idea maybe to do is to cross them off, but again, you might need these later on in the question. So P is in both, include it once. A in Paris, that is included once. R is again in just Paris. So I is in just Paris. You've got S in there, and you generally tend to find you write the first set out there, but it's when we do the second set that you've got to check whether them letters are already here. So B isn't. U isn't already here. D isn't. A, now that's you don't want to write another A because you've already got it here. Same way you don't want to write another P because it's already been written down. E is only in Budapest. S is repeated, it's already there. And T. So that's your answer to that. Now a new piece of information here for a lot of students is this. This means the null set. Now, if we've been talking so far about things that are included in both or are in one or the other, and what this means is that the A intersections some other, so one of these Rome, Lisbon or Berlin, so D, E, F, doesn't have any overlap. And what we're trying to get at is which one of these doesn't share any letters in common with Prague. So if we look at Rome, R is in both, so it can't be D. Look at Lisbon, L-I-S-B-O-N. Well, none of the letters are in Prague, so it's probably likely to be E. To be 100% sure, let's look at Berlin. B isn't, but E is. So they share a letter. So if we want to explain our answer, no letters in common.